Welcome back to Eyewitness News this morning. If you've got a legal question for lawyer Charlie O'Hara, give us a call right now, 436-1212. We do already have one caller on the line with a question about his pension. So caller, go ahead with your question for Charlie.
Yes, my name's Rick, and I work for the Boeing Company, and I'm retired now, and I think that they beat me out of the first 2 months of my pension. Can I file a civil lawsuit against them? Thank you.
Well, I guess the saying goes, anybody can always file a lawsuit against somebody. I mean, you can sue somebody for anything. Doesn't mean you're going to win. However, if they owed you money and they didn't pay it and they were supposed to pay you the money, then obviously you can sue them for that. Now, you can, if it's a small amount, you can go to small claims court and represent yourself and try to do that yourself. If it's a larger amount that we're talking about, I would really advise you, especially going up against a big corporation, to have an attorney on your side. But that's up to you. But anytime somebody gets money that they're not supposed to from you, you can file a lawsuit. That's what we do in our society now. We don't go out and beat them up or fight them to get the money. We file lawsuits, and that's a sophisticated way to do things, a civilized way to do things, if you have a good action. It's usually best to check with an attorney to make sure you have a good action to file.
And we've talked about this before, Charlie. It seems that in a case like that, you really have to weigh how much it's going to cost you to take that legal action versus what you're trying to get from this company.
That's correct. Sometimes some things aren't worth pursuing because the cost of doing it, the time involved, even personally time involved, isn't worth it. Now, small claims is for those little things that you can't really hire an attorney for because you don't have enough money, there's not enough money involved. So you can go there and try to do it yourself. It's usually pretty difficult if you're not an attorney to win a lawsuit and collect the money. There's two parts of it. Even if you win, then you have to know how to collect it. So
one thing we were talking about during the break, it's a common misconception for people who have been arrested, because I think, Charlie, a lot of popular TV shows, is what you were telling me, seem to mislead people, surprising, right, about what their rights are if they are being arrested. This has to do with your Miranda rights. When should you hear those Miranda rights read to you if you've been arrested? Well,
most people think that as soon as you're arrested, the police are supposed to read your Miranda rights. They do it on TV. Well, and that's probably not a bad idea for the police, but actually they don't have to read your Miranda rights, number one, unless they ask you questions that might get you in trouble, incriminating questions. And number two, you actually have to be in custody. So you would have to be in custody, not free to leave, and be asked specific questions that might incriminate you. So that's the only time that the Miranda rights come about, and many times people are arrested and they never ask. I mean, the police never ask them what happened. They don't ask them what's going on. They have a warrant for their arrest. They arrest them, they put them in jail, and they get out. So
interesting.
You don't have to have that done, but most people think you do.
Well, you know, you watch enough Law and Order, SVU. I mean, come on, I feel like you should be reading my Miranda rights right now. I don't know. All right, let's get over to Mark, I think, with another Check Your Weather. Mark?